Haha, babies, what's going on? This is the one, the only Moonbeam freaking star, babies. Coming to you live from my star palace way up in the Swiss Alps. Now, last night we had the Monday Night Raw event. You know, it's the show right after the No Mercy pay-per-view, which I thought sucked monkey nuts. You know, but before the show started, something happened out in the parking lot. The Bullet Club somewhat, invade, WWE. Cody Rhodes, Marty Scurll, the Young Bucks, and Adam Page. They were outside the Citizens Business Bank Arena in Ontario last night. And they did somewhat of a protest in the parking lot. They built up a pretty good crowd from what I was seeing. But the Bullet Club members, with the bullhorn were chanting, free our friends and free their friends. Even saying they were there to save Gallows, Anderson, and Baylor. And they were also saying, hey, free Cody Rhodes. They want Cody Rhodes to have his name back. I think he should have his name. That's the boy's last name. Fuck. It's Cody Rhodes. His daddy, American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and jump. Fuck that shit, man. But besides all that, the show actually opened up pretty interesting. It opened up with the Miz TV, with special guest Roman Reigns. And pretty much, the Miz just was putting down Roman Reigns, talking about how he beat the Undertaker and John Cena, stuff like that. What's left there for you to do, shit like that. Just putting him down. And started running his mouth off about, his other friends, these rumors of the Shield being brought back and junk. They were talking shit like that. And he even had the damn balls to say if the Shield was around, when the Mr. Raj was around, when the Shield was around, that Mr. Raj would pretty much dominate, and it wouldn't be the Shield. And Roman Reigns looked at him like, "Fool, you crazy?" He's like, "You crazy, son?" But then they got into it, and they were scheduled, to fight later on that night. Kurt Angle came out there and said, "Hold up, you boys are gonna fight." And later on, they had that match and junk, and it was a pretty good match, I believe. It was a really good match, until the Mr. Raj, whatever, got into it with them. They started beating Roman, and you were thinking that the Shield was gonna come out and help him out, but they didn't. At one point, Mr. Raj and the Miz walked upstairs, walked up the ramp, and pretty much came back down and beat the shit out of him some more with steel chairs and shit. But that was it. They didn't. The Shield didn't come out, nothing like that. Dean Ambrose fought Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman picked up the win. Seth Rollins took on Sheamus. They even made a funny remark about Cesaro who ain't got no teeth, that he can handle it and shit, stuff like that. But I think what the best part of the show was the end of it. I think here recently Enzo. You can say what you can say about Enzo. You can say that he gets on people's nerves and this and that, but the man can run his mouth off on the mic. They gave him a lot of the time left at the end of the show for him to close it out. And I can't figure out if Enzo is a heel or if Enzo is a face. I can't figure that out because the fans are, rooting for him and stuff. But he was just running his mouth off last night, talking about how the 205 roster is nothing without him. The 205 show is nothing without him. He made that show. He's the one that made the ratings actually pick up on the 205 show and stuff like that. Then finally, like the 205 roster came out there, and he started making fun of each and every one of them and junk. That was pretty funny also. And finally, Neville came out there. Neville came out there and got on the mic and said, "Hey, that I don't give a fuck about you pretty much, how you suck and how, you cheated to actually win and how everybody here felt sorry for you and took you in to the 205 because nobody wanted you on SmackDown or Raw and stuff like that." Enzo at one point was even running his mouth up so bad saying that Big Cass was holding him back, because he's the Cruiserweight champion. Big Cass is just at home now working with his knee and shit, so that's what I'm saying. Like he was trying to go heel, but people are not into it, him being a heel. I actually like this character right here, how he was running his mouth off and shit. But beforehand, Enzo came to Kurt Angle and said, "Hey, make it where nobody touches me, and if somebody does touch me, they loses their title shot." And Kurt Angle granted him that, and also saying that you're very annoying and stuff. But anyway, Neville finally got sick and tired of it and came to the ring. And Enzo told him, like, hey, I got this piece of paper here saying that if you touch me, you don't get no kind of future title shots. Neville stood there for a minute, acted like he didn't give a fuck no more, and just kicked him. Then began beating the fuck out of Enzo. After that, Braun Strowman came out. Braun Strowman came out when Neville was about to go backstage. He came out. And the fans, had a good pop. So that's another thing. I don't know if Braun Strowman face or heel. I don't know. Braun Strowman came out there, beat the shit out of Enzo, got out, and pretty much told the 205 crew to go ahead and get in the ring and do what you want to do. So after that, they all got in there, take turns beating the shit out of him, and that's how the show closed out. All in all, the show was okay. I have to give it's okay. It's better than No Mercy, but, it was an okay show. Jeff Hardy and John came out that Jeff Hardy, he's hurt. He tore up his rotator cuff, and he's going to have surgery and shit. So this is going to be interesting to see what kind of singles push Matt Hardy is going to get. Is he going to be a Hardy boy, broken Hardy, woken Hardy, or what's he going to be? There's been all kind of rumors that TNA wants to sell, and they don't want to sell the WWE. TNA might sell their library or catalog off because they need money. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But, that's my review, and that's what, I had to say about all of that. So, everybody, I'll catch you up on the flip side, son bitches.